This episode takes place after I removed my own YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my new YouTube channel. And today I have Deepinder here with me. And Deepinder is a managing director of Trust Advisory. Hi, Deepinder. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Olena. I'm really thankful that you invited me to your podcast, and I really appreciate it. And I love being here. I'm really thankful to you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so it was actually really funny how we met and we connected. So I'm going to tell this story and then we're going to talk about the line of work that you do. Basically, I posted on LinkedIn the screenshot of somebody, the influencer, that is essentially charging for immigration consultations. And I posted a screenshot and I was like honestly so shocked about it because it's an influencer that I knew for a very long time. Like I've been following her. I just never really went to link in bio on Instagram to see how she makes money, right? But it was so not under the table because she specifically literally would post I think it was $35 or something like that. It was small number, and she would specifically say that hey, if you want to know more about how to become a permanent resident in Canada, book a consultation, right? So I know that a lot of influencers, they're actually posting something along the lines of if you want to chat with me about life in Canada. So that's a safer option for them, right? Because it's not really immigration consultation. But this one was specifically immigration, right? And I was like, how is this not under the table? Because I mean, not it would be, but it's just so surreal to see straightforward. And we're talking about hundreds of thousands of followers who potentially booking these consultations. And this person is a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident. We know that she's in Canada. So I was like, okay, this is crazy. And I don't know how come we cannot do anything about it? So I just posted about this on LinkedIn because I'm like, what, I don't even know what's possible to do about it, right? And what really amazed me is that within I think literally maybe 12 hours, Deepinder already commented under my post, reached out to the influencer, did his magic. I don't know, we're going to talk what the magic is, but did his magic. And within I think 24 to 48 hours, that influencer completely apologized, removed her a booking page, really, said that I understand that that was wrong. And, the issue was resolved so fast. Tell me about Trust Advisory, what you guys do, what Trust Advisory is for people who like me didn't know about Trust Advisory before, and how do you guys really remove those ghost consultants that we have, and what's your magic solution to all of this?
Yeah, Olena. Actually, I'm regulated Canadian immigration consultant. So I got my license in 2018, and since then I'm practicing. So the unauthorized practitioner, there has been a lot of issues with them, and they are like our competitors, I would say, and they are doing a lot of contraventions. So at that point of time when I started my career, I did not realize what is happening, and I was not even concerned about UAPs. But eventually, after COVID and a lot of ups and downs, then I realized it is totally unfair. This is anti-competitive behavior they're coming up with. They are contravening our rules and regulations. They don't care about our law. So I started researching about UAPs because normally we call them ghost consultants. It's not the actual term I would define. I would say they are not even like UAPs, but they are unauthorized practitioners with a system. So it's a system of unauthorized practitioners. And we classified them, I started this project maybe 14 months back. And we started classifying them, how they behave, what they do, what their tactics are, how we can save our profession. Because the gravity of the situation is, you gave an example of this girl, she's in Canada, and so many UAPs who operate outside Canada and they have offices inside Canada. So there are a lot of them. So I started this project because I have an IT background too. So I wanted to use technology to see how these behaviors evolve, what their patterns are, how they market themselves, and why they are doing all this. So I came with this project called TrustWisery. Mainly, it's an artificial intelligence system we created. We have few models which can like detect any kind of UA. So starting with like a TrustWisery project, we did our 23 classifications. So it was not like just one UAP we were talking about. So we wanted to understand how we classify them. After classifying, we understood like there are scammers who are like they're into a different domain. Then we have unauthorized individuals who have their faces who are like us, but they call themselves as visa experts. They use their own designation and titles. Then we have social media influencers. Then we have student recruiters. We have these aggregators, platforms who are providing services, immigration services, but there is like nobody, like no face there. So there are big time corporates. So we classified them all. And this was one of the classifications. Whenever, when I started this project, so what I did, I reached out to all these UAPs. So initially we send around 27, 2,800 emails. Right now, 4,000 emails we have sent. We said, you are doing a contravention. This
Wow.
is not
Sorry,
right. You're,
4,000 emails?
yes, because we have a
4,000
huge
emails, that's
database.
like on like how like what's the period of time? Like 4,000 emails.
So normally 4,000 in a month, sorry, in 2 months, we did that. So in October and November, then in December, we slowed down because we are also investigating another like aggregator who's a big time aggregator. So we do two type of investigations. One is called level one investigation, where we can find evidence on their social media platforms or on their websites. So we videograph them, we download all the evidences, and after getting those evidences, we send them email. We send them an email that you're doing a contravention. This is an illegal activity, so please desist. If you want to continue doing it, then you should get a license or get some kind of an agreement. Then another thing we do is we classify them. So this is like first time we classified UAPs based on risk profiles because I never wanted to give them some kind of ratings or something. So I wanted to make a risk rating. So risk
Hmm.
one is where we feel that they can change or they can be guided to do well or maybe get a license. Risk five is who are actively pursuing fraudulent activities. We don't send emails to like the UAPs who are on risk five, like human traffickers. They're also like unauthorized practitioner of kind of a thing. And people who are convicted of fraud, we study cases. We study cases in different countries. We go to their court websites. We study them, like what were the charges laid on these people. Then media news, whatever comes in the news. And then we determine, we have 121 tags. And we use these tags that our AI, artificial intelligence, uses to tag the UAPs. So we never send an email to four or five because four is apprehension of serious fraud, and the five is somebody who has already convicted of fraud. But we do give them a reconsideration request where they can come up with maybe a court order, maybe they can come up with something where we can take them out of our database, and we call it like right to be forgotten. So we have a list of UAPs, UACs, SN list or on a website, which we are doing for public awareness so that the public can make an informed decision. And we want them to take services of licensed immigration professionals because we don't want, because see, if there is a white, there's a black. If there's a right, there's a wrong. So we need to show them the actual picture. This is not us. And you know it very well. Like recently, even some ministers and we were in the news, everybody calling us crooks. So that was like something really changed my perspective that we have to stand up for our own profession and we have to showcase everybody. It's not us, it's us versus them. So what I'm doing is under the trust advisory, I'm trying to create a divide. So I'm trying to create that line where people can differentiate the people who are doing ethical practice, who are doing providing ethical immigration services versus these UAPs. Coming to the point, how we do it, we call it a communication strategy. So we start with a communication. We send them email. We used to do it like three times we send them email. So first email is, this is your contravention. This is what you're not doing right. So cease, don't do it. The next is, if you're not going to do it, we are going to put in our database, and then you will have a lot of issues because basically the reputation is getting damaged. And the third one is, okay, now you're in our database. Now you have the only recourse now you have is you have to come with a reconsideration. But we'll take all the actions against you, whether we have to inform CBSA, whether we have to inform RCMP, or we have to inform the local law enforcement, whichever the country it is, we will do that. And I have team of lawyers working with me, like in-house, and they send the notices like outside Canada, wherever we want, we do it. Coming back to this girl, when you apprised me, so we did a lot of cases before where we stopped these influencers. So I did a basic research. I was able to find her email and I sent her a notice. And then I sent another notice to the payment gateway provider. I said, if you're not going to stop her account or disable her account, then I'm going to not only I'm going to file a case against you, but I'm going to take legal action and I'm going to escalate with your hosting provider, with your other service providers. And because what you're doing is being part in the fraudulent activity. And it's stopmate.io. And within maybe half an hour, they disabled her account.
Wow.
Eventually, this girl also received email and she apologized. And I said, see, this is a complaint which has come to us, and we are a non-profit association. Sorry, I did not mention this. So we are a non-profit association of RCICs, licensed immigration professionals. And the complaint where it originated, I need to ask what the complainant want to do. So I asked you. So I said, please tell me what you want me to do, and we can take it from there. And you said just give her a warning and let her go. And this is what my approach is always like you. I'm into a liberal approach. Like they can mend their actions and they should not do it again and again. We are here to guide and tell them, don't do this. This is not right. So this is the whole TrustWise project is. We were able to shut down many websites, many UAPs we were able to take actions against, and we are not in this line for very long. It's only like 3 months, 4 months we are doing it. So hopefully
Really?
we will be able to do. Yes, we started in 20th of October, 2024.
What? I thought I've heard about Trustvisory for a long time. No?
No, it's pretty recent. I
Really?
purchased this
I
name
don't know
like,
why I was under impression because I feel like maybe I saw you so much on like social media and like people talking about it. I was under impression
yes.
that you've been doing it for some time. Wow, so you're fresh.
Yes, because I was sending emails and I was doing a lot of posts here and there, and people mentioned initially we did an investigation too. If you remember, there was a CILA article which said like all immigration consultants are crooks and they sell on Kijiji. Their ads are there. So we did an investigation there, and we were able to find out like the 85% of the ads were not being done by the RCICs. It was done by UAP, who is currently in Edmonton, but he was operating from India and he was charged there for a number of frauds and he's still doing it. So eventually what we did a domain takeover and we put a message there that don't take service of this so and so individual. He's a fraudulent guy and the like buying and selling of LMI is illegal. So whenever somebody sends an email to this domain, automatically there's an auto response message which sends and they thank us. So they always say, oh, thank you very much. We
How
are
did you
safe.
do the takeover of the domain?
Okay, so in this case, his domain was going to expire in 5 days. So I contacted the company. I think it was GoDaddy. And I said, see, this is something we don't want you to remove. Don't reissue this domain, but we will take over. So technically, we purchased that domain. Once he relinquished it, he was not able to renew it, but we took over the. But he did not know that we are doing this because it was for almost 15 to 20 days we were doing this investigation because we wanted to be sure, like, if it is an unethical consultant or it's like somebody not consultant, I would say, because consultant lawyers, everybody is there. There's a big time ecosystem going on, and that's a different topic. What we find in our investigations. So, like we wanted to be very, very sure in our investigation. Eventually, we were able to get that domain, and he doesn't have that domain. And we were able to, like, all the Kijiji ads, whatever mails are being sent on Kijiji, it comes to us. And we informed CBSA, we informed Edmonton Police as well. So we informed everybody. We said, this is going on and this is a fraud being done. So this is what actions we have taken. So mainly, this is first time we are challenging these UAPs. We are doing a knock knock on their doors and telling them, don't do this. Otherwise, we'll come after you. Whatever resources we have, whatever we can, we will do it. Because not only we have to protect our profession, we have to protect our country. We have to give a good system for our future generation as well. Because I have seen how they manipulate our system, how they manipulate the integrity of our system, and it's like they are doing everything in the book. Like this is next level corruption which is happening. So somebody has to stop. So when I started, I got a lot of threats. People said, don't do this thing. Your life will be in danger. I said, no, I've started and I'll do it. God is with me. And if I have to go on this way, I'll do it. Why not? Because this is for the next generations. It's not for me. I'm not doing for myself. So I want the Canada to be the best of the best, and I want to give a system that is based on honesty, ethics, and which has integrity, all the values into it. So this is what my vision for Trustwisely is. So if you're doing something wrong, we come for you. We penetrated into different Facebook groups. We are in the WhatsApp group. We are everywhere. Now we know what people are doing. We can
Yeah.
tell like what kind of fraud they're going to do, and we are using artificial intelligence, we are using technology, and if everything goes well, within 2 or 3 months there will be like zero UAP, because we will be able to index all the UAPs, whichever the big wigs are, and we can give a tool where they can just search, and our tool will give them the profile and whatever the fraudulent activity they have done. So this is how like we are doing
That's
it.
very admirable. That's number one. And thank you so much for doing this. And my question is, so you mentioned that it is a nonprofit, right? So how
Yes.
many of you guys are doing it? It's several RCICs, right?
Yes, so we have a group where we have 280 RCICs, but what I would say, the RCICs, majority of RCICs, I would say I don't even know, because when I was practicing, I have a like, very small circle. I think I had 30 followers or maybe friend connections on LinkedIn, nothing, like I'm in my own world, but maybe I would say hundreds and hundreds of RCICs supported. They wished me, the message board, and everybody. So whosoever knows about this project, they come. Not only RCICs, lawyers as well, like general public. Even my staff who is working with me, they are so happy. They said, "Sir, do it. Just don't stop. We are with you." Like when your team is happy that you're doing something good for everybody, then you feel pride. You feel proud about it. So
Well, because
but
you know
this
you're
is
doing it for a purpose, right? You know that you're doing it
yes,
for a big purpose and it's going to make a big change in our immigration system because
yes,
people
absolutely.
who go through those unauthorized practitioners, I mean, like immigrants, right? Like also those kind of immigrants that probably we don't really want in Canada, right? Because a lot of them are fraudulent, are buying LMIAs or whatever they're doing. So yeah, it's a big,
Yes.
big purpose. And when you go like after your purpose, that definitely, just feeds your work. How do you find time for this? Because you are actively doing RCAC work as well, right?
No, I right now I'm not doing it because for me this cause is much more important. So I'm not taking any more cases. So I have another IT company that we are doing side by side, but mostly I'm putting my time into it because this needs 24/7 intervention. I'll also mention we opened legal clinic as well. So this is like first time being done by RCICs. So a legal clinic where victims of fraud, immigration fraud, they can join our WhatsApp group. So it's a different WhatsApp group and they can send us their cases. And what we do is we file their cases or complaints with the local law enforcement pro bono. We don't charge anything. And the best part is we know what is happening. So whatever the information we are getting, it's real time. We know, okay, this is the type of fraud which is happening. This is the agencies or these companies are involved in fraud. So we keep on getting the information and we try to connect all the dots. Recently, we started a Alberta tip line where we wanted to know what is happening in rural stream, renewal stream, or AIP, whatever the like frauds are happening, who the people are involved. what they are doing, what their tactics are, because we need to be one step ahead. So that's something we are also doing. It's not about the people who are buying and selling, but we are also trying to help people who are actual victims of fraud. I still remember I received a message. This guy had only maybe 200,000 rupees for treatment of his mom, and he used this money for like some fraudulent, maybe consultant or somebody or some practitioner. He took that money away, and eventually his mom went into a shock and she was in ICU. So when we hear such traumatic stories, what is happening and how their life gets impacted, it makes us like we want to do more and more. I was contacted by a soldier who lost his legs during a war, and his money was siphoned off by somebody on the pretext of taking to abroad. So there are like so many stories you hear, your perspective changes. It's not like ghost. They are not ghost. This is a like whole ecosystem. This is whole symbiotic system. People talk about UAPs. I say, why talk about UAPs? Talk about money launderers. Talk about CA, the accountants who issue these fake letters. Talk about the lawyers or the consultants who are signing the documents. Talk about everybody. Let's talk about the whole system. It's not like one person is responsible for this. Why are law enforcement, our agency cannot do anything? Fine. Where are the people who are supposed to enforce these things? So this is everything is going on. So what is happening is they think we can go away with it. Nobody's going to take action. I don't know what the problem in the brain set. They are becoming bigger and bigger. They're becoming stronger and stronger. And what problem now we are facing? I keep on getting messages on LinkedIn from our young RCICs. They say, we don't have anything. Can you give us some cases if you're not practicing? Because people can anticipate that I'm not practicing because I'm full time doing all this thing. So this is the situation we are in right now. We are the one who gave everything. We studied. We are the law-abiding system who citizens who went according to the law, according to the rules, and we are the one like who are being treated unfairly by everyone, whether it is a UAP, whether it is, I won't say government, but government should be like more proactive, doing something about this issue, about everybody. But why we are at the like backbenchers? We are just backbenchers. We did everything by the book. So this is what we want to do. I want, with this project, people to give us respect, and they should know that if they are going to infringe our rules and regulation, our country's rules and regulation, we will come after them. And somebody said like, you don't have any authority, like you are running an association. I said I have authority as a citizen of this country that I can take action. If nobody is going to take action, as a citizen of this great country, I'm going to take an action. I'm going to step in. I'm not going to sit and wait for people being trafficked into the country or people circumventing the systems or people misusing our system. We are not going to do that. Fine. So this is the whole approach.
Yeah,
So yeah, but
it's
yeah,
amazing. So that leads me to two questions. So number
yes.
one is, what do you do when you come across, because let's not gonna lie, it happens that we come across RCACs that are doing wrong things, right? What do you do when you come across RCAC that is like, I don't know, selling LMIAs?
I'll tell you there. I'll give another dimension to this. It's not only the RCICs. We talk about licensed immigration professionals. So if I can give you a stat. If you find UAPs, like 100 UAPs, out of those, 25% are licensed professionals. They are not just licensed professionals of Canada. They are OMARA agents. They are lawyers of local law societies. They are IA, Immigration Authority, that's called New Zealand, OISC, now it's again IA of UK. They are practicing as well. So, what I normally do, what we do, number one, vis-a-vis to the people who are licensed in another jurisdiction, the lawyers or the consultants or the agents, we apprise their regulatory body. So whether it's OMARA, IEA, UK, or whichever the local law society is, whether bar council is there or provincial law societies are there, we apprise them. This is not right. We are filing this case. These are the evidence that we have. They are doing contraventions and they are providing services outside their jurisdiction. And we have a higher risk profile for them. Why? Because they are licensed, they should know. So lack of knowledge is not like an excuse. So it's not a excuse for them, right? That they don't know about our laws. And similar, we are also. Now coming to the point, like this side two, unethical practitioners who are working within, professionals who are working within Canada or outside Canada, but are RCICs. Now, I was thinking I'll concentrate on UAPs because this is CIC's, like, it is their mandate, it's their function to take care of such like unethical RCICs. But the problem is there is a blurred line. When I talk about a UAP, I talk about unethical RCIC. There is a partnership.
Exactly. That's exactly
There is
what
something
I
going on.
was thinking
Yes.
because
Yes.
it's many times I see it very interconnected, right? When
Yes.
RCAC is functioning related to UAPs.
Yes. So what we do now, initially I was thinking I will not interfere into CICC thing because they are doing what they're doing, and if they improve, they can do better. But now we are collecting the evidences because it's becoming really blur for us. Like we go after UAP, but we are not going after unethical. So I normally what we do our level two investigations. We level two investigation is undercover where they don't know what we are doing. We pose as the clients, we go to their, maybe we call them, we go to their sites, we collect all the evidences, and then we file a case. So eventually, I decided a new thing we are going to come up with. It's called zero trust index. So zero trust index is like so and so professionals we don't trust. Because we know there are like bad apples who are selling LMIs and there's no excuse for it. It's an illegal activity they are doing and we know who they are right now. So zero trust index, we come up with a plan of like 5 educators, 5 RCICs. So we are going to give them, like I'm going to, or maybe somebody from my team will going to present a case, like this is what our finding is. Then under the college code of conduct, under section 42, 43, we are going to invoke our rights. We are going to use our rights to file a case with CIC. And in the meantime, because CICC takes a lot of time to investigate on their own, we are going to put their names into ZTI list. Like we don't trust them. So don't trust them. You can take their services, do it, whatever you want to do. So this is a solution for us because if for 1 year they are going to do fraud and after that they are convicted or their license are revoked, then our system fails. So this is for the public awareness where we know, and this is only in the cases where they are involved into fraud, where too many people are getting affected like selling LMIs, like if there's a gross misrepresentation, or they are doing something where more than one person is getting affected. So ZTI we are using there, and we are going to have a ZTI meeting. So I'll give you another instance. So I received an email from RCIC, and he said, I can sell you some LMIs. And he sent email to me in my personal inbox. And I said, okay, fine, let's do it. Let's get into a Google Meet. And I had a nice Google Meet where he said, okay, 40,000 for this, 30,000 for this. I said, please don't do this. This is fraud. Aren't you ashamed of what you're doing? And he said, if I'm not going to do, somebody else is going to do. I said, seriously, if you're going to do, we are going to come after you. We are going to put complaints after you and somebody else is going to do. We are going to go after them. We are not going to leave anybody. This is not an excuse. You're selling these LMIs. What kind of people you're bringing in? What kind of talent you're bringing in? Like, seriously, you just want money to be the master of everything. Where are your ethics? Where is your responsibility? Where is your like value system? I have seen this thing happening in country like my country, India, from where I came. Like how the system, the corruption destroys the social fabric, your own system, your political fabric. It gets destroyed. I don't want this thing to happen in Canada. I don't want my future generation to have this system where only money, where you can circumvent things with money, with greed. And greed is the number one. So this is like I told him, I said, I'm going to file a complaint and I'm not going to stop and I'm going to put your picture. Normally, we put picture where we know there's a fraud happening because that gives us ability for the victims to come forward.
Yes.
because people who go to these offices, they see these people, they know their faces. Some people don't know their name. So we put their pictures and we say, okay, so and so, tell us your story. Give us more and more evidences. Give us more so that we can file a better case. In case something comes up, we should have all the evidences with us. So a lot of things we are doing, but we are learning with time. And it is really unfortunate that licensed immigration professionals are involved and all kind of them are involved. And I can show all the case studies, whatever. Some are like more involved, some are less involved, but everybody's making a buck out here. And they have their offices in Canada. And our RCICs have offices in Australia and UK, so it's everywhere same. So this is not something right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we
I
clean
have
up the system, I think we will be able to do something legit. Like
Yeah,
we will be able to
it's just
let
crazy
good
how
feel.
much time you're putting into it and effort and everything, like in structure, right? You're putting into it. So yeah, like thank you so much. And I want more RCCs and more people to know about it. Maybe we'll do another episode on like my immigration business side because we do have a
No
lot of
worries.
followers and we can really talk about that to immigrants, right?
No worries.
One last question too. Well, as you know, CACC also has started, I think, since maybe beginning of 2024, they started going after unauthorized practitioners. Have you had experience what the outcome has been when CACC receives a complaint of unauthorized practitioner? Because I know that they have indicated that I forget the number, I'm not gonna lie, but that was like a pretty significant 4,000, right? Yeah,
4,000
4,000.
websites right now. They're saying 5,000 websites.
So what's your take on it as a person like in this kind of field? Do you see that that's working, or what do you think?
Honestly, I'll it will be based on my feedback, what I've received from RCICs. So RCICs, whenever they put up a complaint, they don't receive any replies from CICC. They don't do anything. I don't know why. Maybe they have their own, maybe hidden process or something they're doing it. That's point number one. Point number two, I'll tell you how these UAPs work. So they're like big UAPs. I would classify them into maybe 1,000 UAPs. Then I'm like maybe smaller. Like it's an inverted triangle. So the top-notch UAPs, they there is no effect. There is no fact. They are practicing. If you see recently, Eon, like you know, Logan, yeah, he
Yeah,
mentioned
Owen
about
Logan, yeah.
Bharwal. Sorry, Owen Logan. Yeah, so he mentioned about Bharwal also. Like he was in RCIC's license was revoked, and eventually he's working as a UAP. So I don't have any stats, but going after the websites is not going to change anything because they are not sitting on websites. They're sitting on social media platforms. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on X.com. Plus, they have to go after the infrastructure. If CICC can make an example of maybe 15 to 20 UAPs, I think there will be no UAP because it's a trickle down effect. Because when some body, a regulatory body or some law enforcement body goes after some crooks or some criminals, everybody fair.
Yeah,
But
everybody.
there is nothing happening on the top people, the top UAPs, and they are much stronger than us. They are not like, maybe they are even stronger than CICC, I would say. They're like even stronger
Well,
than the
yes,
regulatory
of course.
body.
They were talking about millions of dollars, right? We're
Millions of
talking,
like,
yeah.
I was talking about these aggregators who come with like every day they come up with a platform. And from where they're getting millions of dollars of investment. They're creating immigration platform, they're creating student recruitment platform, and they always like they come in our domain and take our services away. We don't have too much services. We have student services, maybe study visa we can do. We can do some work permits, we can do some PRs. What else we have? We cannot go to for judicial review or anywhere. We cannot go to the court. So we have a very limited area. But in that area, all the big UAPs are sitting and they are $1 million entities, multi-million dollar entities. So this is like some small websites, if they're going to shut down, nothing is going to happen. They need to come up with a policy that, see, there's no excuse. If you're doing this thing, we are going to go after you, we are going to take you to the court, and we are going to take legal action. So they have to be very, very precise. They have to send this message. But now the problem is What about unethical professionals? So if they stop unethical professionals, automatically UAPs will also get hampered, because it's not like these UAPs are sitting here and they don't have any unethical professional sitting here or RCIC sitting here. So they have to break the chain. Either they go after UAP or they go after unethical professionals. They have to break the chain. They have to break the logistics. They have to go against the money launderers. From where this money is coming? We talk about buying and selling LMI. From where the money is coming? Is it coming through bank? Is it coming through these mom and pop shops where they do money exchanges? They have to go. If they need the intent, government need the intent to go after these UAPs and after these unethical professionals, then only they will be able to. And they don't understand. This is not about a profession. It's about a country. It's about a nation. This is a real issue. You heard about that news where so many people were charged, like two big entities were charged in India, where they were involved in human trafficking. They were just sending students and they were going to US. And if you see the latest news, it's an issue. So they have to open their eyes. They have to do something about it. I'm doing as an individual. Fine, people support me. They give me love. They always support me. Do it, do it, do it. And I really appreciate it. Sorry. But they have resources. They have the power. If I can do this much in like 3 months, why they cannot do? They can do all this in like in 3 days if they want to do it. So
Exactly.
yeah, this is what I feel. I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. There is any impact on these UAPs. But certainly
Well,
now
I've
we
had the experience, like exactly what you're saying. So basically, we have one unauthorized practitioner. So I work with my husband. He is also RCIC, and this one unauthorized practitioner, like just it's getting out of hands. So we have like a lot of people pretending us. Usually, I'm just like not even looking at that because they're all very small. So it's all very insignificant. But there is this one guy who really is significant, like the amount of just fraud that he's doing. So we report. And then we mentioned that, yeah, his website was taken down, but he does a lot of it through Facebook. And his Facebook, I think it was taken down for some time. But then just yesterday, I looked at it and like it popped in again. And again, we started receiving emails about like, hey, is this really Corey Weber? I'm like, no, this is fraud. Exactly what you said happened is that, okay, yeah, they go after a website, they remove it, and it's great. Like it's better than nothing,
yes,
to be honest.
nothing. Yes,
But
yes,
they just pop back up, right? They just pop back up
yes.
because
It's just
it's
like
a
$12
part of
website.
bigger ecosystem.
Yes, and I doubt because I've seen them how they work. So it's through their own network. So they have their own network. It's not like they're going to advertise something on their website. If they're advertising on website, that means they are new into business. So all these UAPs and unethical like professionals, they have their own network. They have network in every city, whether you talk about somebody who's working from Nigeria or from Iran or from maybe even Lebanon, from India, from China. So everybody has their own network. So that network you cannot see on the website. So even if you take out a website, it's not going to change. It's not going to make any damage to that network. So network can only be done if you take maybe some injunctions or maybe you put some like legal cases or maybe send them a stop and cease and desist notice. So you need to make sure that they feel your presence, that somebody is watching. This is what we say. We are watching you. I told the girl you mentioned, the influencer, we said we are going to monitor you. If you do it again, we are going to come after you. So this is not like a 1 day process, just taking out the website and they will go away. No, they can circumvent an immigration system of a country like Canada. So they can circumvent anything. They can come with new tactics, and they are very very what I would say innovative, creative in their and crooks or the fraudsters. I would say I never use these terms for them. I'm always respectful for them. I always write good words.
Of
I
course, yeah.
never mention or tag them ever. But these innovators, they can innovate, they can change their things. So you have to be one step ahead. So removing websites is not going to, but still it's good what they're doing. And I always say you have to see where they are, where their hubs are. So this is something we are coming up with. It's called UAP Hub Spotter. So we know how they advertise, from where they advertise, what the addresses are. So if CICC can advertise within that region, the ads will be much more effective. An ad should not be like, oh, go and take service of so and so consultant or
Exactly.
RCIC. No, you have to tell them this is wrong, wrong, wrong. And if you want really ethical people, search of it. So they have to change their tactics, their approach, their strategies. Now, AI is coming up. This is what I'm afraid of. If I'm going to use a lot of AI, then we are going to have a lot of challenges. And is CICC or any other regulatory body ready for what AI brings in and the pace it comes in? Fine. So they have to upgrade themselves on a daily basis. They have to see what is going on, and they can do it. If I can do it, why they cannot? If they are not going to do it, then I'm going to do it. It's that way around.
Yeah, well, it is really, really admirable how proactive you are because I'll be honest with you, most of us, and me included, we just sit on the sidelines and we complain, right? We complain about CACC not doing enough. We complain about immigration or unauthorized practitioners, fraudulent RCICs, like all of that. We just sit on the sidelines and complain about what's happening, but at the same time, we don't do anything, right? Want to change that, and like you're the person that is taking that like active step as you said, as a citizen of Canada, right? As a citizen, it is your responsibility, and this is how we should
Absolutely.
look into it, not only of course as a member of this profession, but as a citizen. So I think
Yes.
this is a really, really good example for more people not just like complain to what's happening, but actually be part of the change.
Yes, and here I'll add something to it. RCIC's morale was too low when the news came about our honorable immigration minister and SILA and another organization coming after them. And I came up with a concept called Red Knights. So I call every ethical RCIC as a red knight. We are the knights. They call themselves the dragons. We call ourselves as the red knights. So we are the one who can make the difference. We are the one who stand between what is right and wrong and what is going to be the future of Canada. And as you said, this question I asked from myself, like, should I complain or should I do something? So I got an answer. I said, see, I don't want my next generation to ask me dad or whatever they're going to call me, and why you did not do anything, why you sit quiet and you let this happen. You were there, you were in that profession, you were able to see things. Maybe I'll lose, maybe I won't be able to make much difference, but at least I will stand against these unethical professionals, not these practitioners or whatever we call them. But we are not going to let them damage our country. We came to this country as immigrants to make it better and better, to make it much stronger. We are not here to just destroy it. So whoever comes, they have to be accountable. They have to see what Canada is all about, and they should not destroy our country. And so this is what my approach is. That is why I want to do every day. So this is what the life is all about. So this is how you take up a stand. And you come from Ukraine. So
Yes.
I really appreciate the spirit and the fighting spirit of the people of Ukraine. So I learn from them. Like you keep on fighting, you keep on fighting against
Thank you.
all the odds. Right?
Yeah.
So this is what this fighting spirit is. This is what the warrior spirit is. So this is
Thank you
all
so
about.
much. It was
Yeah,
great chatting with you, and thank you so much. It's really, really inspirational, and I really hope that every RCSC watches it
I'm
and
really thankful.
that some other people get inspired. As a last point, can you give an advice to any RCSC who comes across any immigration fraud, authorized, unauthorized, doesn't matter, what they should do, and what would you suggest the steps would be?
So if you're coming across immigration fraud, don't sit quiet. Don't be an audience. Be proactive. Talk to law enforcement. Talk to send information to CICC. If you cannot do it, we are there. We are 24/7 there. So this is like all time channel. We are open. We'll do it for you. Do whatever you can, but don't be a mute spectator. Don't see things. Don't be part of a problem. Fine, you have to take up a stand. It's too much. We cannot take more of what is going on. It's enough is enough. And if you know somebody, try to guide on their own or just file complaint, go after them. It's not about like, this is not an excuse that your friend is involved or somebody else is involved. Whatever you see, we have to build a beautiful country. We have to build an ethical system. We have to do something. We cannot let this country go into like ruins, right? So we cannot destroy the system of this country. So do it your part. And we are very strong. Don't think we are going anywhere. We are like 12,000 and everybody, like all RCICs, they have knowledge, they have the background, they are creative, and they are the best people around. And you have the power. Let's do it together. Why not? I can go, you can also do. Let's do it together and stop this mess and take our profession back. We deserve better. We should deserve better cases. We should deserve better things. So let's be all together. Let's not stop anywhere. Fine. And if somebody is doing it, just report it. Don't give it a, don't pass things or just don't sit. So this is, and also I would tell all the RCICs, the honesty is the biggest asset or the value you can have. Even if you don't get anything, don't go into these unethical things, because you can take maybe some alternative jobs or something, but don't do it, because maybe today you can make some money, but tomorrow you will have no soul. So just think about it. What you're going to give your children, you're not going to give your children a good life or better future. You're just going to give them something which is not very good. So think about it. So this is what my message is for all the
Thank
RCICs.
you.
Just keep on practicing and best of luck to everybody. And we are there and nobody can say RCICs is not doing something. RCICs are the first one to do. We are the first one. Next time somebody say something to us, we'll say we were the first one to take a stand. And this is what we do. You cannot say abolish this profession. No, we are the one who took a stand. So you can follow and we love everybody. So everybody can join us.
Thank you so much. It was really nice chatting with you. If you need to contact Trustvisory, you can find the link in the description, and you can talk to Deepinder. And if you have any complaints or anything, you can always bring it to him. Thank you so
And I
much.
really appreciate you. Thanks for being part of this. I really appreciate your effort. And thanks for giving this platform to speak and put my ideas across. I really, really thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.